students, good morning to all. I am Rani Kumari, your maths facilitator. We have already discussed the first chapter, real numbers, children. Now I am going to move the revision of next class, that is trigonometry part 1. So in this part we are going to discuss only the fundamentals which are useful to simplify the problems. That means which type of formulas are useful to do the problems. We have to discuss that one only in this video. That is, this is the trigonometric video of part 1 having the introduction only, children. That means in this video we will discuss what is trigonometry, what is the branch of trigonometry, what is hypotenuse, what is Pythagoras theorem, what are the different sides of opposite side and adjacent side. Next, we have to discuss identification of opposite side, adjacent side and hypotenuse in the given right angle triangle. Next, coming to next, fundamentals, that means functions of trigonometric ratios or trigonometric ratios. 6 type of trigonometric ratios, and then the different angles, trigonometric different angle values. That means trigonometric values for the different angles. Next, complementary angles for the trigonometric ratios, and then trigonometric identities. That are the basic concepts are there. If you learn that concepts, if you learn that formulas very effectively, you will do the problems very easily. So that's why I am going to explain this introduction in this part, children. This is the first video of trigonometry. So in the next video we will discuss the simplification of problems based on the fundamentals of trigonometry. So let's see, children. First, what is the chapter we are discussing now? That is 10th class maths, trigonometry. Trigonometry, you already know, children, this is the very important chapter, and which the chapter having more weightage in our textbook. So the chapter ki weightage ఎక్కువ ఉంది. That means it is having one 8 mark question and one 4 mark question, 2 mark question and 1 mark question also there, children. So don't forget to learn this chapter, children. So I request all the students, you can bring the notebook and pen first to write all these important points which was explained by me today. You have learned the topics effectively. In the next video the problems are very easy to simplify for you, children. So that is 10th class maths trigonometry. So what we are discussing in this one chapter, children? Introduction to trigonometry. Introduction only. This is introduction part 1, class 10th. So that is, we are discussing the introduction part. Which class? 10th class, part 1. So this is the introduction part. Then what is trigonometry? Trigonometry is nothing but tri means 3, gonia means angle, metry means measurements. That means the trigonometry is a Greek word which is having the meaning of 3 angles measurement. That is, this chapter is useful to measure the 3 angles. That is 3 angles measurement. The generalization meaning for the trigonometry is 3 angles measurement. So here the trigonometry is a one of the branch. The trigonometry is a one of the branch to study the relationship between the sides and angles of a triangle. So this is the one of the branch of a mathematics, children, trigonometry. So it is used to show the relationship between sides and angles of a triangle. So you already know every triangle having the sides, that means 3 sides and 3 angles. This trigonometry is dealing with the sides and angles. Coming to the triangle, we are using the right angle triangle in this trigonometry. We have another 2 type of triangles are there, but we can use the right angle triangle. You already know what is right angle triangle also, children. In the previous or earlier classes you have learned the right angle triangle. That means one angle of a triangle is 90 degrees, then the triangle is called as a right angle triangle. Coming to our concept, trigonometry is a study of relationship between sides and angles of a triangle. ఒక త్రిభుజంలో ఉండేటటువంటి భుజములు మరియు కోణముల కొలతలను తెలియజేయడానికి ట్రిగ్నోమెట్రీని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. Then what is the uses of a trigonometry? So if you observe properly children, if you observe this slide properly, in the slide first one having there is a tree and the C is called as a base of a tree. So the peak of a tree is B and the base of a tree is C. There is another person is seeing the peak of a tree. So that person is A. So the distance between from A to C and the height of a tree. So the general conclusion is not trigonometric is dealing with to find the distances and heights. So that's enough for you children in this chapter. You already know that is application of trigonometry is there. In that chapter we shall discuss the angle of elevation and angle of depression. So what is angle of elevation and what is the angle of depression? So in the second picture also there is one building, the top of the building or peak of the building. So the another person is there. We can find the heights and distances or distances of buildings or trees or any towers. We can use the branch of mathematics that is called as a trigonometry. For the third one and fourth one also children, this is only the uses. Next, coming to our concept, in this situation the distance or height can be found by using the some mathematical techniques which are comes under the branch of mathematics is called as a trigonometry. So in all the situations the distances or heights can be found by using the some mathematical techniques which comes under the branch of a mathematics is called as a trigonometry. We have seen that the distances and heights, which type of distances, which type of heights can be used. So in all the situations the distance or heights can be found by using some mathematical techniques which comes under, that means comes under the branch of a mathematics is called as a trigonometry. Listen children, the trigonometry is one of the branch of a mathematics which deals to find the measurements of a three angles, and it is useful to find the distances and heights of a given that means peaks of a any buildings or height of a any trees. Next, coming to our concept, so now we are dealing with which type of triangle children? Just we was discussed, that is right angle triangle. So in the right angle triangle the indicated by the little box in the corner. So if you observe this figure properly children, at the beside of a right side, that is the slide having right side there is a right angle triangle. Observe the triangle properly children. They have already wrote which was the hypotenuse and which is the adjacent and which is the opposite. There is a little box is there at the side of a figure. So the box is indicated as a right angle. Next, the other angles that we usually known as indicated by theta. So the other angles, so other angles are indicated by the theta. Next, the side opposite to the right angle, which is the largest side, is called as a hypotenuse. So if you observe the figure properly children, the little box is shows as a right angle triangle. The opposite side of a little box is called as a hypotenuse. If you observe the figure, you can easily identify what is the hypotenuse. So the opposite side of a right angle triangle is known as a hypotenuse. That is called as a largest side of a right angle triangle. The sides opposite to the right angle, which is the largest side, is called as a hypotenuse. The side opposite to theta is called as a opposite side. The side next to theta, which is not the hypotenuse, is called as a adjacent. So you observe children in the figure, here the little box shows as a right angle triangle, isn't it? Then the opposite side to the right angle triangle is called hypotenuse, and there is another angle theta is there children. The opposite side to theta is called as a opposite side, and adjacent side to theta is called as a adjacent side, which is not a hypotenuse. That means you have already identified the first one hypotenuse and the second one opposite one. You easily identify the remaining angle is adjacent side. So what we are conclude by learning this slide is nothing but the right angle triangle is a one. In that right angle, how we are going to identify right angle? It is having a little box. The opposite side of a little box or the right angle is known as the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the largest side of a right angle triangle, and the another angles are denoted by the thetas. So the opposite side to theta angle is called as the opposite side, and the remaining side is called as a adjacent side. Isn't it, children? I think you understood what is right angle triangle. And one more time we will discuss the Pythagoras theorem. So you already know what is the Pythagoras theorem. What is the another name of a Pythagoras theorem? You know, children, the Pythagoras theorem is known as a Baudhayana theorem. You discussed already that one in similar chapters, similar triangles chapter. So in a right angle triangle, the square of hypotenuse side is equal to the sum of squares of a other two sides. So you know that if you observe the figure properly, there is a little box at B. So angle B is a right angle. The opposite side of our angle B is called as a hypotenuse, that is denoted by AC, and the another two sides, AB is called as a perpendicular or height and BC is called base. So you know that the Pythagoras theorem defines as, what is the Pythagoras theorem defines, children? Learn it properly. For one mark question also it is useful. In a right angled triangle, the square of hypotenuse side is equal to the sum of squares of other two sides. So here the square of hypotenuse, is nothing but hypotenuse square is equal to, means is equal to sum of, that means sum of other two sides. So first side square plus second side square. It can be easily identified. It may be h square is equals to side square plus side square. By using this adjacent triangle, we can conclude the Pythagoras theorem. AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. In this right angle triangle, which is the largest side, hypotenuse, when the theta is taking the another two angles, the hypotenuse should not be changed. So that is overall Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square is equals to side square plus side square. You have learned that Pythagoras theorem, children, because it's very important one. After that, the Pythagoras theorem, you have to, if you learn the Pythagoras theorem and the other two sides, you just identify which is the hypotenuse side, which is the opposite side, which is the adjacent side in the given figure. So observe the figure properly in the slide, children. That means here figure is nothing but a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. So at what vertex having the right angle? B vertex having the right angle. So AC is called as a hypotenuse, that is opposite to the right angle B. So when we had to take the theta at A, the opposite side to theta is BC and the adjacent side to theta is AB. So finally the hypotenuse is AC, opposite side is BC and adjacent side is AB. Suppose, for example, we have to take an angle at C, children. C దగ్గర గనక theta తీసుకుంటే, which is the opposite side? The opposite to C is AB. Which is the adjacent side? BC. Which is the hypotenuse? AC. So first you have to identify the opposite sides, adjacent side and hypotenuse. Now I have given a worksheet. You just identify which are the opposite sides, which are the sides, that is opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So in the first figure, PQR is a right angle triangle at the right angle Q. Right angle Q. So which is the hypotenuse first, children? First you have to identify the hypotenuse. Why? Because it's very easy to identify. If you observe the right angle, the Q is having the right angle. The opposite to Q is PR is there. So that is the largest side. It is denoted or it is called as hypotenuse. So when they have asked for an angle R only, so that means you have to go to R. So that is an angle R. If you take an angle R, what is the opposite side to an angle R? PQ. So PQ is called as opposite side. What is the adjacent side to R? QR. So that is about the first figure. Coming to the second one, children. That is second triangle. Observe properly. I have zoomed it, children. Where is the right angle, children? At Z. So opposite side to Z is, what is that? XY. When we have to take an angle for an angle X. So if you take an angle X, which is the opposite side? YZ. Which is the adjacent side? XY. When we have to take an angle Y, if you take Y as an angle, the opposite side is XZ and the adjacent side is XY. But there is no change in the hypotenuse. So this is the identification of hypotenuse, opposite side and the adjacent side. So if you observe the answers, children, here the worksheet answer is given. First one, hypotenuse is equals to PR. Adjacent side of an angle is QR. Opposite side is PR. Coming to the second one, for an angle X, hypotenuse is equals to XY. Opposite side is ZY and the adjacent side is XZ. So this is about the identification of opposite side, adjacent side and hypotenuse when the right angle triangle is given. You want to do the more practice, go through the textbook having the do this, children. Do that as a more practice. Next, how to observe. So how to observe, that means finally we will get a note, that is the position of sides changes when you consider an angle in the place of a. So in the given triangle, B is a right angle, the opposite side AC is a hypotenuse. So that means what they are giving, if the position is changes. So if right angle is fixed to at B, then you have to take theta at A, the opposite side and adjacent side as, and when you have to take the theta at C, the opposite side and the adjacent sides are changes. అంటే మనం టీటాను ఎక్కడ తీసుకుంటే దాన్ని బట్టించి మనకు ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్ అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్స్ వస్తాయి. అలా కాకుండా వెన్ యూ కన్సిడర్ దెన్ యాంగిల్ సి, సో మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, యాంగిల్ సి తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్ వేరు, అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్ వేరు. అదే యాంగిల్ ఏ తీసుకుంటే ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్ వేరు, అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్ వేరుగా ఉంటుంది. ద పొజిషన్ ఆఫ్ సైడ్స్ చేంజెస్ వెన్ యూ కన్సిడర్ దన్ యాంగిల్ సి ఇన్ ద ప్లేస్ ఆఫ్ ఏ. So that is the total conclusion. So finally you have to remember one thing, children. There are in a right angle triangle, first you have to observe the right angle, then the hypotenuse is very important. You should identify the hypotenuse. It is fixed for whatever it may be, the right angle triangle is given. There is a changes happens in opposite side and adjacent side only. That means based on the theta value, that means for which angle you have to take, based on the opposite side and the adjacent sides or sides are adjacent sides are changes. Isn't it, children? It's easy to identify, children. Don't worry. So this is what we are now we're getting the next concept. So what is the next concept, children? Functions. Which functions? Trigonometric functions. You know that what are the trigonometric functions? In a trigonometry, they are the three basic functions. Basic functions. So functions is nothing but ratios. Trigonometric ratios. Which is the first one? Sin A. Second one? Cos A. Third one? Tan A. So we have three basic trigonometric functions, or we have three basic trigonometric ratios. So that is sin A, cos A, tan A. So these three having the reciprocals also, children. These three having the reciprocals. Which three? These three, sin A, cos A, tan A. Having the reciprocals. Sin reciprocal is cosecant, cos reciprocal is secant, tan reciprocal is cotangent, that is cot. So the reciprocal of A is You have to write down in your notebook, children, very important. The reciprocal of sin A is cosecant A. The reciprocal of cos A is secant A. The reciprocal of tan A is cot A or cotangent A. So, finally, how many number of trigonometric ratios are there? 6 trigonometric ratios are there. What are they? Listen, what are they? First one is sine. It may be, name is sin, S-I-N-E, sin. Abbreviation is sine. Next, second one, cosine. It can be, abbreviation is cos. Tangent, abbreviation is tan. So, next, likewise, the another three is also there, children. What are the another three? Let's see. Cosecant, secant, cotangent. Cosecant can observed as cosec, secant, sec, cotangent, cot. So, learn this 6 trigonometric ratios. You can do the problems. So, you have to recall in your mind, children, how many number of trigonometric ratios are there? There are the 6 trigonometric ratios are there. One is the sine, second one is cos, tan, cosecant, secant, next cot. So, based on this right angle triangle, we have to define the relationship between the sides of a triangle. Relationship to the sides of a triangle. That means you have learned that formulas. Relationship to the sides of a triangles. First, sin A. What is sin A? Opposite by, here not opposite, opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. So, if you observe the adjacent figure, children, here theta has been taken at C, which is the opposite. AB is the opposite and the adjacent is AC. What is the hypotenuse is BC. So, here sin theta formula is opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. Which is the opposite side to theta? AB. That is AB by BC. Next formula. Cos theta is equals to adjacent side to theta by hypotenuse. Which is the adjacent side in the figure? AC by hypotenuse is BC. Next, tan theta is equal to opposite side to theta by adjacent side to theta. Observe properly, children. What is opposite side to theta? AB. Adjacent side is AC. This is the basic trigonometric ratios formulas, that is relationship to the sides of a triangle. First one is sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. So, next move to the reciprocals of basic trigonometric ratios. Which is the first reciprocal trigonometric ratio? This is cosecant. It is a reciprocal of sine. Here also having the formula cosecant theta is equal to 1 by sin theta. This is also one of the formula, children. Note down all of you. So, cosec theta is equal to 1 by sin theta is another formula. Then reciprocal is nothing but interchanging of numerators and denominator. That's it. We just interchange the numerators and denominator. In the sine, having the formula is opposite side by hypotenuse. When you are moving to the cosecant, we just interchange the numerator and denominators, that is hypotenuse by opposite side. At the adjacent figure, here the hypotenuse is BC and the opposite side is AB. Our final cosec theta is BC by AB or 1 by sin theta or hypotenuse by opposite side. Next, coming to the reciprocal of cos is sec theta. The formula for sec theta is 1 by cos theta. This is also interchanging the numerators and denominators of cos. That the answer is hypotenuse by adjacent side. In the adjacent figure, which is the hypotenuse? BC is the hypotenuse. So, BC by AC. Then the reciprocal of tan is cot theta. It can be written as 1 by tan theta, children. So, that is also interchanging the numerators and denominators, that is adjacent side by opposite side. So AC by AB. So the final conclusion is that there are the 6 trigonometric ratios which are very important to do the problems in exercise 1 and 2. So first you have to learn the formulas, that means relationship to the sides of a triangles. First one is sin theta is equals to opposite side by hypotenuse, and the cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Tan theta is equals to opposite side by adjacent side. Coming to the reciprocals of the 3 basic trigonometric ratios. First one is cosine theta, cosecant theta, that is hypotenuse by opposite side. Secant theta is nothing but hypotenuse by adjacent side. Cot theta is equal to adjacent side by opposite side. So you don't feel, children, you have learned these formulas like this only. Whenever any other people will come to you and ask you, you just able to answer the formulas. So because these are the very important formulas you have to learn. So must and should you have to by heart all these formulas, then you have to do the problems. Next, according to this, there is one question is there, children. Listen, observe it properly. Find the value of all 6 trigonometric ratios for the angle theta. In the adjacent figure, they have already given angle theta and right angle. Which is the right angle? Angle B. And theta is given at C. Which is the opposite side of angle B? AC. That is called as a hypotenuse. So finally, hypotenuse value is 10 and the opposite side is 6 and the adjacent side is 8. So based on that, we have to answer the 6 trigonometric ratios. Let's see. Observe the slide properly, children. First one, which is the first trigonometric ratio? Sin theta. What is the formula? Opposite side by hypotenuse. In the adjacent figure, which is the opposite side? AB is the opposite side. AC is the hypotenuse. Answer is 6 by 10. So do the cancellation by 2. 2 to chain and a cancellation. 2 3s are 2 5s are. Totally sin theta value is 3 by 5. Coming to the cos theta. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is the adjacent here? Side BC by hypotenuse is AC. So that is 8 by 10. Do the cancellation. 2 4s are 2 5s are. Answer will be 4 by 5. Tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. That is AB by BC is equals to 6 by 8 is equals to 3 by 4 when you have to do the cancellation by 2. Coming to the reciprocals, cosec theta is equals to, you know the formula, that is 1 by sin theta. It is simply by seeing a sign we will get the answer. That is cosec theta is equal to 5 by 3 and also sec theta is equal to 5 by 4. If you interchanging the numerators and denominators of cos, you will get the sec, children. That is the cos value is 4 by 5. Sec theta value is 5 by 4. Likewise, the cot theta is equals to tan theta value is 3 by 4. Cot theta value is 4 by 3. Or otherwise, you may done by using the formulas also. So like this, when they have given the 3 sides, you can find the values of 6 trigonometric ratios. So like this type of problems in exercise 1 and examples are there, children. In the next video, I will explain all the problems. Now this is only the introduction part. Next, moving to the next concept, children. That is, what is the next concept? Trigonometric ratios table for the different angles. So here the different angles means 0 degrees, then 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. The different angles or 5 angles is given. So, and the trigonometric ratios also you know, children. That is sin, cos, tan, cosec, sec and cot. First, we have to do the values for the basic 3 trigonometric ratios. To find the value of sin theta for the different angle 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, No need to worry children. You can write the numbers from 0 to 4 in each box. Divide the each box by 4. The second step. Next, do the square root for the each box. So likewise, first we have to write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then by 4, by 4, by 4, by 4, by 4. Then apply the root. So here the sin theta value is 0. Then root of 1 by 4, that is 1 by root 4 is 2. Then root of 2 by 4, that is 1 by root 2. Root of 3 by 4 is equal to root 3 by 2. Then root of 4 by 4 is 1. So finally the sine values for the different angles are sin 0 0, sin 30 1 by 2, sin 45 1 by root 2, sin 60 root 3 by 2, sin 90 1. So you can learn like this only children for the first one, or if you want to remember it, it is better. Sin 0 0, sin 91, sin 45 1 by root 2, sin 31, sin 60 root 3 by 2. Then coming to the second ratio, cos. No need to learn this by heart children. You just reverse the angles of sine, you will get the cos angles. What is sin 90 value? 1. So it comes as cos 0. Then cos 60 values comes under, sin 60 value comes under cos 30 value. Likewise, sin 45 comes the cos 45. Then sin 30 comes under cos 60. Then sin 0 comes under cos 90. That is these are the sine values, first line. When you have to write from this side, you will get the cos values. That is cos 0 1, cos 30 root 3 by 2, cos 45 1 by root 2, cos 60 1 by 2, cos 90 0. Then tan theta. You already know the formula children. Tan theta is nothing but 1 by cot theta or sin theta by cos theta. In this slide at the top of the corner, tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta formula is there children. Observe like that. You have to divide the sin theta and cos theta. You will get the tan theta value. So which is the sin 0 value? 0 by 1. So that is 0 by 1 is 0. Anything by 0 is not defined. Remember it children. 0 by anything is 0. Likewise, anything by 0 is not defined. So now for the second 30 degrees, sin 30 is 1 by 2, cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Divide that 2, you will get the 2 cancel. Remaining is 1 by root 3. Then tan 45. Sin 45 value, cos 45 values are equal. So if the numerator and denominator are equal, the answer is 1. Next, tan 60. If you want the tan 60 value, sin 60 is root 3 by 2, cos 60 is 1 by 2. Cancel the 2 denominators, you get root 3. Then sin 90 is 1, cos 90 is 0. Just now I told you children, anything by 0 is not defined. It may be write as infinity. So likewise, you have to write the 3 basic trigonometric ratios for different angles. Next, the reciprocal of sine is nothing but cosecant. You just interchange the numerator and denominator of sine for each angle. You will get the cosine. Likewise, cos and tan also. Let us observe the table. So that is trigonometric ratios of different angles. So now we are moving to the cot. Cot is nothing but it is a reciprocal of tan children. Tan 0 is 0. That means the reciprocal. 0 is nothing but 0 by 1. The reciprocal of it 1 by 0. 1 by 0. If the denominator having the 0, the answer is not defined. It can be written as infinity. Next, tan 30 is 1 by root 3. The reciprocal of 1 by root 3 is root 3. Tan 45 is 1. Cot 45 is also 1. Then tan 60 is root 3. The reciprocal is 1 by root 3. Then tan 90 is 0. Tan 90 is not defined. Tan 90 is not defined. So cos 90 is 0. So likewise, we have to reciprocal the sec also. That is reciprocal of cos. 1 by 1. That is 1. Next, coming to the 30 degrees. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. reverse it 2 by root 3. Next cos 45 is root 2 by 1. Reverse చేయండి, తిప్పించి రాయండి. root 2 by 1. 1 by root 2 ఉంటుంది cos 45. దాన్ని రివర్స్ చేస్తే root 2 by 1. Next likewise cos 60 is 1 by 2. Reciprocal of it 2. Next cos 90 is 0. This is not defined for sec 90. Likewise cosec, reciprocal of sin, not defined. 2 రివర్స్ చేసుకుంటారండి నన్ను తిప్పించి. 1 by 2 ఉంది, 2 చేస్తారు. 1 by root 2 ఉంది, root 2. root 3 by 2 ఉంది, 2 by root 3. 1 ఉంది, 1. So you have to understand or you have to learn all the trigonometric ratios for the different angles. And after completion of writing this table, children, you have to identify which angles are equal for which ratios. If you observe the 45 angle, for sin and cos both are equal. Okay, they will ask the questions like that only in your public examination. At what angle sin and cos values are equal? 45 degrees angle. Then at what angle the tan and cot are equal? 45 degrees angle. Like that they have asked the question. So you have learned the table. No need to by hand it, children. By using the simple tricks you can learn this table. Whenever you are going to enter the public examination, by taking the paper, first you have to write this table. So then you will go to the remaining question papers and questions. Next, this is the very important concept. Next, coming to the next concept of our introduction of trigonometry is trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. You already know complementary angle is nothing but the sum of two angles are called complementary angles. Why? The sum of two angles is equals to 90 degrees. If you have to take the two angles, one angle is 50 degrees and the another angle is 40 degrees, children, the sum of the 250 plus 40 is 90. Or it may be take as 45 degrees, 45 degrees, and the first angle is 30 degrees, the second angle is 60 degrees. Like that you have to take the two angles. If you add the two, you will get the 90 degrees. Those angles are called as a complementary angles. So that is you have learned in 9th class. So now we are moving to trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. You just learn it, children. So because it's a revision, so first trigonometric ratio of complementary angles for sine. Sin A can be written as cos of 90 minus A. Cos A can be written as sin of 90 minus A. You have to remember one thing, children. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. When the complementary angle of sin is cos, the complementary angle of cos is sin. So complementary is nothing but 90. So here for the first one, sin A is equal to cos of 90 minus A. For the first one. In the RHS means cos of 90 minus A. In RHS, when the 90 will comes, the cos will change as a sin. Isn't it, ma? In the second equation, sin of 90 minus A. Whenever the 90 is there, the sin will change as a cos. So overall conclusion is the complementary angle of sin is cos. The complementary angle of cos is sin. It can be learned as sin of 90 minus A is equals to cos A, or cos of 90 minus A is equals to sin A. Very important. 90 ఉన్నప్పుడు sin ఉంటే cos వస్తుంది, cos ఉంటే sin ఉంటుంది. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. That two are friends when we have to moving to the complementary angles. Sin of 90 minus A is equals to cos A. Cos of 90 minus A is equals to sin A. So likewise we have to move for the remaining trigonometric ratios. What are the remaining trigonometric ratios, children? Let's see. So here this is sin of 90 minus A is equals to cos A. Cos of 90 minus A is equals to sin A. Observe that two properly, children. If 90 is there, the sin will change as cos. If 90 is there, the cos will change as sin. Next, second two. Tan and cot are friends here, children. For the complementary angles, tan will change as cot, cot will change as tan. So likewise, tan of 90 minus a is equals to cot a. Cot of 90 minus a is equals to tan a. Likewise, sec of 90 minus a is equal to cosec a. Cosec of 90 minus a is equal to sec a. So you have to learn it properly, children. The trigonometric ratios for the complementary angles are sin and cos, tan and cot, sec and cosec. Sin of 90 minus a is equal to cos a. Cos of 90 minus a is equal to sin a. Tan of 90 minus a is equal to cot a. Cot of 90 minus a is equal to tan a. Sec of 90 minus a is equal to cosec a. Cosec of 90 minus a is equal to sec a. So, if you want to do the more practice, you have to succeed in the public examination. So, when you are learning all these things, you will feel borely. What is this nonsense like that? But don't do like that, children. If you have the practice, if you have to understand the concept, it's very easy. But this is only revision. No need to learn all the things, children, which are the important formulas, which are the concepts are useful to you, that are only I am explaining here. So you just write all the formulas without seeing one time, then correct yourself. You know what is the capability, what is the achievement is there on you. That is your self assessment only, children. So you have to learn properly. So sin of 90 minus a is nothing but cos a. If anybody will ask you sec of 90 minus 20, what is the value 90 minus 20? When 90 will comes, the sec will changes of cosec 20. Likewise, sin of 90 minus 5 degrees. Sin of 90 minus 5 degrees. What is the answer? Sin of 90 minus 5 degrees. Sin will change as cos for 90, cos 5 degrees. Likewise, sin cot of 90 minus 30 degrees. 90 minus 30 degrees or 90 minus 16 degrees. What is the value of sec of 90 minus 16 degrees? Cosec 16. What is the value of cosec of 90 minus 16 degrees? Sec 16 degrees. Like that, in our problems are there. Go through the textbook, children. In next session, I will explain all that problems. You don't worry. First, you have to learn the formulas first. When you are entering to the second video, so you have learned all those formulas, children. మీరు రెడీగా ఉండాలమ్మా, ఇవంతా నేర్చుకొని రెడీగా ఉండాలి ఫర్ ద నెక్స్ట్ వీడియో. సో మీరంతా ఏం చేయాలంటే వీటన్నింటినీ చదవాలి. డైలీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు రీడ్ ఆల్ దీస్ ఫార్ములాస్, చిల్డ్రన్. సో నెక్స్ట్ మూవింగ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్, that is called as trigonometric identities. Before entering to trigonometric identities, there is one slide is there, children. That is 1. Cos 0 value 1, sin 90 value 1, tan 45 degrees 1, just now I told you, cot 45 degrees 1. So in our examination they have asked like this of questions, children. So at which angles the answer will be 1 for all the trigonometric ratios. Okay, at which angles the answer will be 1 for all the trigonometric ratios. First, you have to move to the trigonometric ratios of different angles. Cos 0 is equals to 1, sin 90 is equals to 1, tan 45 is equal to 1, cot 45 is equal to 1. So, that is the one is having for the 4 different angles of different trigonometric ratios, because 0, 90, 45. That is 3 angles for the different ratios, sin, cos, tan, cot. So here at the side there is someone is there. Sec 0 is also 1, children. Sec 0 is also cosec 90, sec 0. Cosec 90 and sec 0 is also 1. So observe that properly this slide, children. Here the one is having for cos 0 is 1, tan 45 is 1, cot 45 is 1, cosec 90 or sec 0 is 1. So that is the remaining all called as identities. Sin square a plus cos square a, cosec square a minus tan square a, cosecant square a minus cot square a. So observe this properly, children. This is the very important slide. So next move to the next concept, that is trigonometric identities. Trigonometric identities are also known as Pythagorean identities. Trigonometric identities. Identities is nothing but in the 8th class mathematics there is some algebraic identities. What are the algebraic identities? A plus b whole square is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square is one of the identity. So when we have to take any two values for a and b, finding the LHS value and find the RHS value. If you observe, the answer for the LHS and RHS are both equal. So then we have to say a plus b whole square is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square is an identity. That means the answer for the first LHS value and the RHS value are equal, that is vice versa. So likewise there is another algebraic identity, that is a minus b whole square, a square minus b square. So like that the identity concept is interlinked to the trigonometric, that are called as trigonometric identities. You know the identity, the trigonometric identities are otherwise called as a Pythagorean identities. So which is the first trigonometric identity is nothing but sin square a plus cos square a is equals to 1. Then sec square a minus tan square a is equals to 1. Then cosecant square a minus cot square a is equals to 1. So first, coming to the first identity, you have to remember it, children. Sin and cos are friends. I already told you. Sin and cos are friends. Sin square a plus cos square a is equals to 1. That is the first identity. Next, how to remember or how to use this trigonometric identity. Second one, sec square a minus tan square a is equals to 1. So here you have to using the blind mark theta. The first two letters is SE, second two is TA, theta. That means which is the second identity? Theta. How you have to write sec square a minus tan square a is equals to 1. Next, coming to the third one, cos square a minus cosecant square a minus cot square a is equals to 1. Cosecant square a minus cot square a is equals to 1. Here also cosco. When you are going to play any game, some students are saying cosco. Let's see cosco. That is the meaning of let's see. Like that, cosco is nothing but COSCO, cosco. జస్ట్ ఫన్ నేను చెప్తున్నానన్న గుర్తు పెట్టుకోవడానికి చెప్తున్నాను. పిల్లలు మీరు గుర్తు పెట్టుకోవడానికి మాత్రమే ఇవి, అలా నేను నేర్చుకోవాలని నేను చెప్పను. ఇది ఎందుకంటే బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ రివిజన్ దీస్ ఆర్ యూజ్ఫుల్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్. దట్స్ వై ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్ లైక్ దట్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ ద రిమెంబరింగ్ పర్పస్. సో డోంట్ థింక్ other meanings like that, children. Don't criticize it. This is only for your understanding and remembering only. So first one, sin square a plus cos square a is equals to 1. Second one, sec square a minus tan square a is equals to 1. And the third one, cosecant square a minus cot square a is equals to 1. Thus three are called as a trigonometric identities. So whenever it may be that identity, if you observe the right side of these three identities, what is the answer, children? 1. That's why in the previous slide, that is here, that is cosecant square a minus cot square a is equals to 1. Sin square a plus cos square a is equals to 1. Sec square a minus tan square a is equals to 1. Cos 0 is equal to 0. Cos 0 is equal to 1. Cot 45 is 1. Tan 45 is 1. Sec 90 or sec 0 is 1. Cosecant square a minus cot square a is equals to 1. Overall, in the trigonometric chapter, the trigonometric identities having 1 is the answer, and some angles tan 45 degrees, cot 45 degrees, cosec 0 and cos 0, cosec 90, sec 0, sin 90. All the ratios and angles having the answer is 1. So next we are moving to the trigonometric identities. So if you observe, learn as a formula, children. Sin square a plus cos square a. So here if you observe properly, in the place of a we have to substitute any angle. that is sin square 45 degrees plus cos square 45 degrees is equals to how much? 1. Sec square 30 degrees tan square 30 degrees is equals to 1. Cosecant square 30 minus cot square 30 is equals to 1. So that means in the place of A, we want to change the angle. So after that, now we have to take the first trigonometric identity, sin square A plus cos square A is equals to 1. When we want to find the sin square A value, keep the sin square A in left hand side, that is sin square A is equal to as usual 1, then plus cos square A transposing to that side, that is minus cos square A. So finally sin square A is equals to 1 minus cos square A and cos square A is equals to 1 minus sin square A. Next, coming to the second identity, sec square A minus tan square A is equals to 1. We want to find the sec square A is equals to transpose to minus tan square A in that side, that is 1 plus tan square A. So likewise, according to the third identity, cosecant square A minus cot square A is equals to 1. Here also cosecant square A is equals to 1 plus cot square A. That like that, the each identity having the separate and individual formulas. So like that also as like a formula. In your simplification of problems, so what is sec square A value? Sec square A can be written as 1 plus tan square A. Cosecant square A can be written as 1 plus cot square A. Sin square A can be written as 1 minus cos square A. So like that you have to identify the answer in the simplification of problems, children. So you have to learn all those things, children. So this is very important. That's why I am telling like this only, children. So today revision. Which concepts we was revised today, children? That is trigonometry, Pythagoras theorem, adjacent side, hypotenuse, opposite side of a right angle triangle, and trigonometric angles of different values for the different ratios, and trigonometric ratios for the different values means 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 45 degrees, trigonometric ratios of complementary angles, and the trigonometric identities. So your home assignment, children, you can learn all these formulas. You can learn all these formulas, children. That is, your home assignment is learn and write the trigonometric identities and the complementary angles of a trigonometric ratios and the trigonometric value table 2 times, children. That is your home assignment. So I request you understand the introduction concept effectively. So thank you so much. This is about today's class.